COVID-19 resurgence. COVID-19 is back, and we talk to health experts on how to best protect yourself.
Hispanic Heritage Month. It's Hispanic Heritage Month, and we joined the Elon community at Medallion Plaza to learn more about what it means to be Latinx at Elon.
Chapel Hill lockdowns. UNC Chapel Hill had its second lockdown this year last week, when an armed man revealed a firearm in a cafe on campus.
Those stories and more.
Elon Local News starts now.
Live from the Jane and Brian Williams studio at Elon University School of Communications, you're watching Elon Local News.
Good evening, and thanks to you for joining us for Elon Local News. I'm Annie Thyfault.
And I'm Fiona Mcallister.
Many Elon University students enter the school year with symptoms of illness as COVID-19 and flu cases increase throughout the state. Monika Jurevicius has the story.
The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services has seen a spike in respiratory virus hospitalizations, with a 1% increase from the start of the school year from 5.6% to 6.6%. As for Elon sophomore Lathan Rubens, he says that when he tested positive, it didn't cause too much of a setback.
These past few weeks have been very quick, fast-paced, like starting new things, if you're joining new clubs, stuff like that. It's been very busy. So COVID was kind of a little relief. My body was really just saying you need to take a break for a minute.
Rubens' roommate and sophomore, Bunny Ingram, said students who test positive for COVID-19 may go to class but are recommended to wear a mask for 10 days. However, some find themselves in gray areas as they are exposed to the illness but do not want to possibly spread more of it.
No one's really making accommodations for needing to stay in the dorm. You know what I mean? Like, they won't assign work. They'll just be like, you'll make it up when you come back.
Elon Health still has guidelines set up for those feeling ill on campus to ensure that everyone is as safe as possible. Students are encouraged to stay in their living areas and speak to staff on their health status based on current CDC guidelines. University Medical Director and Physician Dr. Jeanette Archinol says, if someone starts feeling ill, do a home COVID test, take over-the-counter cough and cold medications, and wear a mask when in class and around other people. She also mentions, if you have a fever, aren't getting better, or just want to be checked, schedule an appointment at Student Health or do a telehealth visit with timely care. As the fall season approaches, students should watch out for what may just be a common cold versus possibly COVID. Monika Jurevicius, Elon Local News.
Visit our website to hear more about the illness going around campus.
As Hispanic Heritage Month begins, students and locals gather around Medallion Plaza to celebrate. Attendees share their excitement for the month ahead and what it entails.
This month shines a light on the Hispanic and Latinx community. September 15th marks the Day of Independence for a handful of Latin American countries, and now the beginning of Hispanic Heritage Month. With lots of food, activities, and more, the Hispanic Heritage Month kickoff is one big celebration. Assistant Dean Director of the Center for Race, Ethnicity, and Diversity Education, or CREED, Sylvia Munoz, says all are welcome to enjoy HHM events.
Well, this is not just for the Latinx Hispanic community, it's for everybody, right? I think it's important to celebrate people that come from different backgrounds with different identities, because we're all part of the Elon community.
Munoz truly emphasizes the importance of education and cultural immersion. Therefore, this event is the perfect way to do so.
So I think it's really important to get that intercultural awareness and understanding of folks that are not just about yourself, that's the most important part, but also folks that are different from you. And these celebrations or these types of celebrations is one way to do that as well.
Elon Jr. and Vice President of Latino-based fraternity Lambda Upsilon Lambda, Enrique Rocha, says he is excited to honor his heritage.
You know, I'm Mexican and I'm proud to be Mexican, and I really embrace that. So it's an opportunity to share like who I am and what I like about myself.
Elon Senior Valentina Echevarria says that by being an international student, she misses home.
I attend this event every year. It's just a way of reconnecting with home. I'm an international student, so being from Colombia and being far from home is a little bit difficult sometimes. So just being here is kind of like going back to that, and like it's just a refreshing sort of thing of like, okay, I hear familiar things again, I see familiar faces again.
The next HHM event is Hispanic Heritage Month Trivia on September 21st. For more updates on Hispanic Heritage Month and events, check our website at elonnewsnetwork.com. When we come back, we hear from students on the challenges they're facing crossing the street.
Another gun incident last Wednesday has students questioning their own safety. Hear what UNC and Elon students had to say after their break.
Waving a gun around. UNC medical student Josh Romero says this is not the first time he has experienced gun issues and is infuriated that this continues to happen.
I grew up in South Florida near where the Parkland shooting took place.
We carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, split a ride home.
After two separate gun incidents at UNC Chapel Hill in the span of 2 weeks, our Mason Willett spoke with students about how they were demanding gun law changes.
A familiar sight for students at UNC as another gun incident took place Wednesday afternoon as someone went into a bagel shop in the student union and began waving a gun around. UNC medical student Josh Romero says this is not the first time he has experienced gun issues and is infuriated that this continues to happen.
I grew up in South Florida near where the Parkland shooting took place, so I did a lot of organizing of that around that when that happened on campus when I was a freshman in 2018. So I started March for Our Lives, UNC, and we were yelling and screaming about the same things that are now affecting our campus.
UNC freshman Ben Diasio says he was shocked by yet another gun incident.
I never expected to see cop cars fly by and hear screams while I was filling out a feedback form for another shooting. It's terrible.
Now Diasio is calling on state legislators to make the changes so he and his classmates can feel safe.
I came to this school hoping to find a place of sanctuary and a place to learn and become a smarter and better person. And instead I feel unsafe on this campus.
Romero and Diasio hope to see change from the school on gun problems, as well as its alert system sent out to students. Mason Willett, Elon, Local News.
To hear more of what Romero and Diasio have to say, check out our website at elonnewsnetwork.com.
We also spoke with Elon faculty and students about their feelings surrounding the UNC lockdowns.
That nobody needs in the classroom. We're already doing a really difficult job, right, I think, but a very rewarding job. We don't need to make it difficult in a way that's not rewarding just to be, just because of the violence.
I'll be getting dressed in the morning and I suddenly wonder, like, wow, is this going to be an outfit that's practical if I have to run away from someone or if I have to hide or something?
Personally, I think that we should have more stricter gun laws. Like, you should have some sort of license to own a gun besides just the conceal and carry. And I think that'll help, although it won't prevent illegal sale. I think it'll help at least a little bit.
Yeah, again, as a sociologist, I'm asking the question, can we do better as a society? And the answer I'm getting by looking at the news is, yeah, we're not doing better. We're doing demonstratively worse in terms of, like I said, the numbers of mass shootings in the United States is just outrageous.
People are talking more about Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles than they are about a shooting 40 minutes away. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't talk about Aaron Rodgers tearing his Achilles, but I feel like there's more pressing matters in the world.
I just had the assumption that these are the kind of things that happen to like high schools or middle schools or even elementary schools, and it didn't like as horrible as those all are, for some reason it didn't even connect that this is something that could happen just as easily on a college campus.
Something that I hope for, not just at UNC Chapel Hill, but also at Elon University and every other university. If policy isn't happening, then universities need to have more standard protocol and trainings about what to do if there is a person with a gun on a campus.
More information about the incidents at UNC and Elon Community Opinions can be found on our website at elonnewsnetwork.com.
After 1 month on campus, Elon students are experiencing problems while trying to cross the road. Crosswalks are used countless times per day by students traveling across campus. However, Elon students have had trouble over the last month crossing them safely. Since last spring, there have been 3 car accidents on Elon's campus, with over 20 other near incident reported, according to town manager Richard Rodener. The lights at East Haggard and McMichael changed from a blinking yellow to green and red overnight, leading to mass student confusion.
There are lots of cars traveling through and lots of pedestrians, and it's just not a great system. Pedestrian thinks they can cross, and so then another pedestrian tries to cross another way and just causes this backup because no one knows the rules because they don't communicate to us.
All public roads and crosswalks are controlled by the town of Elon government, with no room in the town budget for significant changes. Chief Police Joe Lemire says the only option to improve safety is for both walkers and drivers to be careful. He warns that regardless of whether a walker is in the right or wrong, they must stay vigilant at all times.
We need to make sure that people are getting their head up, getting the earphones out, and when you're crossing roads, get your head on a swivel and pay attention to what's going on around you, because not all drivers are good drivers and not all drivers are going the speed limit. So against a car, you're just not going to win that fight. So you can be as right as you want to be, but if a car hits you, it's going to hurt. It's going to cause.
With an upcoming meeting between campus police and town police next week, the town looks to improve conditions for all students on campus. So, for a live look at weather this week, we have our Ava Filippi under the Oaks.
Ava, what's our 5 forecast looking like?
Thank you, Fiona and Annie. I'm out here under the Oaks in this beautiful September weather. Now for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we'll have a high in the 80s and will be partly sunny. Similarly, on Wednesday and Thursday, the average high is 82 with the low in the 50s. To start off the weekend, it'll be cooler and partly sunny on Friday with the high of 78. It'll be cloudy on Saturday with a high of 71 and winds at 15 miles an hour, followed by a low chance of showers. I'd carry an umbrella with you this weekend. The average UV for this week will be 6, which is a little high, so don't forget to wear your sunscreen. Saturday's UV drops to 2 due to the cloudy weather. The air quality will be staying in the low to mid-40s. We will have low tree and grass pollen. Good news for you allergy sufferers. Mold allergies are moderate for now, but will be high starting Thursday, so remember to take off your shoes when returning home. Over the next 7 days, there is a possibility of low pressure off the southeast Atlantic coast, giving a 30% chance of forming into a tropical cyclone. Thanks for checking in. Now back to you in the studio.
Ava Filippi under the Oaks.
Thank you so much, Ava. Football picks up its first win at home in front of a huge crowd at Rhodes Stadium. Hear what players and coaches have to say coming up.
Coming up, Loy housing managers seeing a massive pay increase. Hear from Loy manager on how these decisions were made.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts? Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That'd be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Fiona, I gotta say, there was a huge crowd at Rhodes Stadium this weekend. It was so exciting.
I know, what a turnout. I heard it was the 5th most in history.
It definitely was. Elon University had its home opener Saturday night against North Carolina A&T at Rhodes Stadium, with more than 11,000 fans flooding the stands, helping lead Elon to victory.
Elon hasn't seen a crowd as enthusiastic as Saturday night's game in a long time, as the 11,257 fans filled Rhodes Stadium. Rhodes was rocking, and the crowd support helped the Phoenix to victory.
We could feel the energy tonight, all game long, really. Got behind us on the big plays, and we love being at home. You know, we do. We love winning in front of our people. It's fun for our students, our student body, our alumni, our community. It's a big deal to us. It's important to us.
Elon had a rough start to their season, going 0-2 before Saturday night's game. Wide receiver Jordan Bonner opened the scoring in the first quarter, giving Elon a 7-0 lead, with this 26-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Matthew Downing. Head coach Tony Trisciani liked what he saw.
These guys didn't need any motivation coming off of those two losses that we had, so they came out and they prepared. Our staff had a great plan. You know, we knew we had to run the football, so our offensive staff had a great plan there, and our defensive staff knew we needed to stop the run.
Two of Elon's centers, Jabril Williams and Zach Richardson, got injured early in the game, putting stress on the offensive line. Trisciani made it clear that the offensive line was the backbone of this young Elon roster filled with 41 freshmen.
Real proud of our O-line and Coach Stadler getting those guys ready for the game, and then the next man up. You know, we had some guys go down internally. Anytime you lose your center, that's a big deal.
Elon held North Carolina A&T to only 3 points, improving their record to 1-2. Ava Filippi, Elon Local News.
Elon hopes to take this good performance on the road next week as they travel to Bowie's Creek to take on the 2-1 Fighting Camels.
With the new school year comes in new changes for pay for Elon Loy housing managers. Loy neighborhood manager Wise Halverson says that house managers have received a 59% pay increase this year for all housing managers living within Loy.
Council, they definitely take in a lot of good constructive criticism from staff members, student staff members, and so a lot of it is just to really build our staff and make sure that they feel supported in any way possible. So this was one of those ways that we saw that good change.
If they fill out a form, Halverson says that plenty of students should be taking advantage of this.
Obviously, if something's going to be free, I would imagine it would be a large percentage instead of having to go out and purchase your own personal or having to rent through another service. Yeah.
Halverson says there are still changes being made that should go into effect later on this year or for the fall of 2024. Coming up next, I paid a visit to some of our four-legged friends. When was that added in there?
This is it. First impression. My way in. But can my resume show you how I truly stand out? Like that I was studying, going to night school while working 2 jobs just to help my parents pay for groceries. Or being the first one to always step up. No, that's something you just can't put on paper. Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent that is dedicated, hardworking, and determined like me.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking?
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls, second.
Are you orange?
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching Elon Local News.
So, you should have come out to the Dog Day Mixer. It was super fun.
You know what? I did show up before a little because it is always a good way to end a stressful week by petting some four-legged friends.
Very true. The Elon Community Church hosts its 9th annual Dog Day Mixer. After having been postponed due to a weather inconvenience, students and local residents were entertained by food, furry tales, and friendly faces. Despite rain delays, the Elon Community Church front yard supplies hot dogs, free ice cream, live music, and of course, dogs. Students are always more than thrilled to pet a puppy. This event serves as a great way to meet new people. Senior pastor of the Elon Community Church, Randy Orwig, says that the Dog Day Mixer formed in hopes that first-year students are comfortable and have the opportunity to relieve stress.
We at first had a history of having a hot dog lunch for freshmen. This was long ago. And we also did a blessing of the pets. And we said, well, since the freshmen now, or the first years, have another way of being oriented now, let's go ahead and mix the two, and let's have a Dog Day Mixer.
Elon freshman Kylie Sherlock says she is ecstatic that Elon hosts events to bring the community together no matter the weather. Sherlock says that whenever there's an animal around, that's all she's thinking about.
I'm here because I have 3 dogs at home and I just really miss them, and so I thought this was a super cool event just to get people out and kind of support the community and also support us who are missing pets at home.
Elon local resident Logan Lowry, along with her dog Coda, attended the mixer in hopes to bring joy to students who are missing their own pets at home.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of especially college students that definitely probably have a lot of stress, just starting college and stuff, might miss their dogs at home, so they get to come out and see some friendly little dogs.
Elon freshman Owen Parker says he really appreciated the community church for hosting an event that helps bring everyone together. Parker truly enjoys any occasion to have fun, especially with dogs.
I showed up to the Dog Day Mixer because I wanted to see dogs. I missed my 2 dogs from home. I have a Cocker Spaniel and a Terrier mix, and so seeing all these dogs was so fun.
That was a really great event. I had so much fun, even though it was raining.
Yeah, no amount of rain can stop people from petting some friends.
Visit the Elon Community Church Farmers Market weekly on Thursdays to participate in more Elon local events.
Well, that's all the news we have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for stories, sports, and more.
And be sure to follow us on social media at Elon News Network.
Have a great night, Elon.